Hey, what is up guys? Gonna be dropping this gameplay voiceover comm of Master X Master 5v5. This is probably going to be the competitive mode in the game, but I wanted to give you guys this video with a voiceover and basically explain what the heck is going on in this game and like the basic mechanics of this game, because after I've been spending like 10 plus hours every day on this game, I feel like I understand the game so much more. I know it dropped that little like introduction video, but I want to also upload a lot more videos on this game. But anyways, it's a MOBA, and it technically is also like a ARPG in a sense, because there is a PvE mode, there's a 3v3 mode, but I think the 5v5 is the most competitive mode in the game. So there's a lot of things that separate this game from another MOBA, and that is, first off, there's way more action. It's so much more enjoyable from a casual standpoint, but at a competitive standpoint, I think the skill gap is so much higher because you control two characters, because there's this element system. It's just way more intensive, and it just requires a lot more awareness than I would say in other traditional MOBAs, because you have to control two characters, and again, there is this element system. You'll see over on my character's health bar, you'll see that there's a leaf. And you can see there's the guy with the blue health bar, he has a fire. Fire will do more damage to leaf. Leaf will do less damage to fire. Fire does less damage to water. And fire does more damage to leaf. So there's this element system of a rock, paper, and scissors. It's not like 100% like one element counters another, but it definitely does serve a purpose of swapping in between characters. Swapping in between characters also can let you dodge things. So again, the skill gap in this game for competitive players, way higher. And again, from a casual standpoint, the game is just so much more enjoyable, for me at least. And this is obviously based off of, you know, anyone's opinion, but I think it's just more enjoyable because it's so much more action based. Now, over in the top where it says 46 and 24, that is our score. When someone reaches 1,000, they win the game, or if the time goes down to 0, which it starts out at 25 minutes, the game will end depending on whoever has more points. And you guys will see over here, I'm ulting, and this is using Sizuka and Merope. So those are the heroes that I'm playing. And one of them is melee, one of them is range. Now, Merope, which is the girl that I'm playing right now, has a really insane ult. It's really strong. It can actually one-shot people very frequently, especially if you are super far ahead. Now, as far as items go in the game, there are no items at the moment. There are buffs, there are things that you can pick up, but it might be specific to certain characters. Like, there are characters that do drop things, but as of right now, there's no items in the game. And I actually don't really mind that, because even though people are like, well, there's less depth when you don't have items in a MOBA, the thing is that there's two characters to manage, and on top of that, you have the ability to rotate and also swap in between different elements, which is actually a big part of the game. And there's so much depth to this game that I think is just untapped right now, because it's super new. Like, the meta is really undefined. There's a lot of other things. Now, because there's no items in the game, there is something called traits. You guys will see over in the bottom where it says level 5, new traits. That's actually something where you guys can actually differentiate your hero from another one. And you'll see later when I go back into town, I'll be putting stat points into my character. Now, there's several different areas that you can go into, and it's different for each hero. Some can go defensively, some can go offensively, sometimes they have cooldown, there's movement speed. It's different for each one. There's also runes in the game, similar to like how there's runes in League of Legends. But you can also upgrade your base attack. There's a lot more depth to the game. It's not just like Heroes of the Storm where you just gotta pick like your skills. Like, obviously you can upgrade your skills in the game, and that can actually change some of the way that some skills perform. It can change the shape of the projectile, and as far as I know, most of the characters in the game, when they shoot a projectile, they're all pretty much going to be skill shots essentially. There is heroes that just do like an AoE, like the photographer girl. She just goes ahead and lays down like an AoE on the ground, but it's a little bit shorter range than some of the heroes. So there is different aspects to the game as far as like the heroes. They're all like different, is what I pretty much wanted to say. But yeah, this game is super legit. Now, there is also a summoner spell. You only get one. I'm running here right now. It's keybound to C. You guys can see it over in the bottom where it says C. But anyways, there's also this system where you get shards. Now, the shards give you the ability to get a Titan. So ready for Titanfall. Once the Titan drops, like, that thing is absolutely super like OP. But it needs to be OP. It's the point of the progression in the game itself. where you collect these shards, you summon a Titan. The Titan can destroy buildings. You can 1v5 as a Titan, but usually that's not the most effective thing to do. The ideal thing that you want to do, because when you're using a Titan to kill their team, it's usually defensively. The Titan pretty much can walk from your base to about middle before it times itself out. It can also die. It usually ends up dying to turrets. No one really kills the Titan itself. No one's going to try to fight the Titan. Most good players will just walk away. When they see that you got a Titan, they're out. But what it really is good for is when you wipe the other team, you summon your Titan and you just pretty much end the game. That's the idea. You guys see over here, I'm a butcher now because I'm 4-0. I actually go and get a one-man army, which is 7-0 in the game. But when you pick up these Titan shards, which you guys will see later on, there's also a jungle. But as far as getting ahead in the game, it's pretty much comes down to levels. Now, you'll see that I have my ult in the very beginning. You get your ults as soon as the game starts, and you get all of your skills as soon as the game starts, and that's one thing I really, really like. You can also rotate your characters to dodge abilities, so that in itself is kind of like a skill by rotating out your hero. Now, there is a cooldown when you swap in between heroes. Now, that thing over there to my left, if I kill that, I actually get a Titan shard, and that will let me, if you collect enough parts, then you actually get the Titan, which is really, really strong. Also, you'll see over where my mouse is, there's this little thing that builds up. I wish I could like show exactly. Okay, I can move my mouse on the. Oh, okay, if you guys can see my mouse over here, it's this little like it looks like a kind of like a C. It's that green thing. Anyways, it builds up, and once you max it out, it will actually turn red, and you actually can't fire for a short amount of time. So ideally, what you try to do is you try to time it so you don't go on overheat mode. And you can actually use some skills to either cool it down, or some skills can be rotated in. So once it gets to max, what you do is you rotate in between your skills so it goes on cooldown. It's really simple to do. You guys will see the categories of my points available over there. And I just go all out on offense because I play heroes that can burst really hard. So Sizuka is an assassin that can go in and out, and she actually has reset capabilities, although she doesn't have it on her ult. Now, like I mentioned before, you start out with your ult. However, you actually have to build up your ult. Not only does the ult have a cooldown, but it also has to build up. You'll see over in the bottom middle, right next to where it says level 10, there's these 4 little orbs. Those orange orbs, they get filled up over time, or when you're doing things. Also, you'll see these little fish on the map. And when you kill the little fish, they'll drop some I don't know what they drop a health pack, which will give you health, and then on top of that, they'll also give you ult charge. Now, some ults cost more than others, some cost less than others, but what I really like with this game is you can combo ults yourself. So you'll see sometimes when I'm playing Sizuka, as well as Merope. Merope's ultimate, when she shoots out a bunch of rockets, which you guys will see, there's a lot of times where if I'm super ahead, like in this game, I'm super ahead, so I can one-shot a lot of people. Now, people can dodge the ultimate. They can dodge it with an ability, they can dodge it with swapping a hero. So, if someone's good enough, they can actually avoid an ultimate by simply just swapping a hero. However, the thing to do with Merope is you can either go from Fog of War and just like one-shot them real fast before they have time to react and swap, or what you can do is you can wait till they swap out, because Sizuka can actually burst pretty hard. So the goal can be to use Merope, and you'll see I'll probably end up ulting very soon over here because they're all gathered up, and like it's a really strong ult, as you guys will see. It pretty much destroys anyone that's fire. If I hit them, they're pretty much dead. It doesn't matter if they're a tank. If I got a decent amount of kills and I'm on the element, which is their weakness, it's just gonna absolutely melt them. But I really like this combo because Merope, when I ult multiple targets, it does less damage to the targets, but it hits multiple people. Oh, by the way, the soundtrack for this that you're hearing in the background is all from Master X Master. But anyways, so my setup with this team right here is to ult with Merope, and basically weaken all of them, if not, killing some of the targets that are weaker. Then I could swap to Sizuka and then try to finish off all of the targets that are a little bit weak because I have reset potential. So there's a lot more in-depth of swapping your heroes in this game for the right combos. And you can combo yourself, which is one thing I love with this game. With League of Legends, it's like, oh, I'm playing Nami. I ult up, okay, Yasuo, go in. But like sometimes, you know, bad things happen. Maybe bad team communication. Maybe he's like, yo, I don't have my ult ready. I missed something. It's on cooldown or something like this. This lets you combo by yourself, and that's one thing I love with this game. And some of you guys last night were like, are you getting paid to promote this game? No, I legit like this game. I wouldn't be streaming it if I didn't like it. This is a really insane play. Let's actually play of the game over here. So I dodged the sniper's shot over there, then I ult hit him, and then you guys will see we're going to go ahead and hit the guy. We're going to poke him out, and then we'll swap to Sizuka to try to finish off the kills. He ends up going for an ult, going to avoid some of that damage. I actually could have ulted him right here, but I didn't even need it, and we're good to go. You'll see over in the top middle where it says 14 minutes left in the game, it hits. If I hit Z, it'll actually give me the Titan. You see over there, I just activated my healing ability. It does heal allies as well, so it's a pretty good thing to have. Also, there's runes in the game where while you're swapping heroes, you actually will regenerate either mana or your health. I just bought that, like a quintessence equivalent of that rune. So when I'm swapping, now I'll actually be able to heal up my heroes, because if not, you could actually end up not being able to sustain as well as another person would be if they had that. You guys will see I'm looking for my ult over here, and again the ult just straight up melts as Merope. It's a very easy skill to like, again, 100 to 0. You guys will see. We're gonna do it right now for the Vine. There's so many times when I'm playing Merope and like people just get deleted, and it just comes down to rotating on the right time, being able to just throw down your ult after you're like, okay, this guy swapped. Oh, here's the fish that I was talking about earlier. You'll see my ult charges now. I've got 4 orbs. Both of these ults cost 2 orbs. You cannot ult into the same ult, so I couldn't ult as Merope twice. It actually has a cooldown, but I can ult as one hero, swap to the other one, ult. Like, again, the potential for like outplays in this game is so good, and the burst is real with this game. Obviously, again, they can swap to avoid the damage, but you guys will see I'm just doing some jungles over here. And the game is great, though. I really encourage any of you guys that are League of Legends fans to try out this game. Again, I'm not getting paid by the company. I just, as a fellow gamer, like, really enjoy this game. And if some of you guys maybe are burnt out of League of Legends, or you want your game to be much faster, because that's one thing I personally wish League of Legends changed. It's way too long of a game for me. Like, I don't like 40-minute games. A lot of these games end up lasting from 15 to 20 minutes. 15 if your team is on point. Most of the time when you get a Titan, you can end it relatively quick. But you'll see over here, he was actually invincible. I actually ulted, but he swapped his hero, so I actually missed my target as Sizuka here. Sizuka's ultimate, she has like a small channel time, and then she just like hits the target a bunch of different times. It's basically, think of Master Yi if any of you guys have played League of Legends. Basically, you become untargetable and you deal a bunch of damage. But if they swap heroes, the target is gone. You see, I'm putting some more stats. I just go all offensively. You guys can see there was like boost to HP, but I never go for HP. Like, you know, why do I need more HP? If they're dead, the best defense is just to go super offensively. But there's a lot of different heroes, though. There's heroes from Aeon, there's heroes from Lineage, there's heroes from Guild Wars, and it almost reminds me of like Heroes of the Storm, but for NCSoft, and I enjoy it. And also, the characters have passives, and there's just a lot of content here that I can cover. But I wanted to show off the 5v5 mode that, again, this is pretty much going to be the competitive mode. And it was a really good gameplay that I got last night. And I've got tons of other gameplay that I want to share with you guys. But you guys will see over... Oh, did I actually go for it? Okay, I guess I don't go for it. But I wanted to do a voiceover commentary to kind of show you guys the different aspects of the game, kind of explain things a little bit more. But there's like a version of Baron. He's really tough. A lot of times though, those are like super late game that you'll do them, of course, even though they don't spawn as soon as the game starts. The Baron area is something that you actually enter, and again, the boss is insanely strong, and he can basically just kill you in like 2 hits if you're not careful. But most of the times you can dodge some of the things, but we ended up winning the game. And then what's cool, there's also like play of the game, but it's gonna go ahead and end it off here when we got that flawless victory over here. But yeah, really cool game, guys. Highly recommend you guys to check it out if you're a fan of MOBAs, or even if you're not a fan. I like the WASD movement. Here's the play of the game over here when I dodge the sniper shot, and then we're going to go ahead and ult, and then we get the cleanup kill arena on everyone over here. So there's the ult over there. We got a double kill, and then the guy over here. Oh, well, you guys you saw it the first time, I guess. So not enough time for playing the game, but hope you guys enjoyed the vid. I'll definitely be getting way more footage of this game for you guys. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.